Hello and welcome to SGPN's Daily Dog. I'm your host, Britton Hess. I'm here with my favorite Underdog Fantasy Pick'em plays for Wednesday, March 5th, 2025. If you're new to Underdog Fantasy, send the promo code DAILYDOG, DAILYDOG, at UnderdogFantasy.com. Get a 50% deposit match bonus worth up to $1,000. If you're listening to the show and you haven't gotten that message yet, I'm sorry I failed you. But that's the best promo code out there. That's the one you should be using if you're signing up for Underdog. If you got a friend who hasn't on yet, give them that promo code. They'll get a better bonus than anywhere else. Maybe you want to try to do a referral directly to them, but let me just say, you probably don't want to. You can maybe work out with something with them on the side, because that deposit match bonus is going to do better than any other referral you got out there with that promo code DAILYDOG, DAILYDOG at UnderdogFantasy.com. Also, there's tennis boosts available today for existing members, college hoops boosts today. We'll see if they add anything else throughout the day. But Underdog has literally, just since the Super Bowl, it feels like every day you open up the app and there's different boosts available, different discounts, different promos, all sorts of awesome stuff. So take advantage of all of these promos out there. There is a lot there's a lot to dig into. That is for sure. Obviously you want to try to maximize your returns using the boost, using deposit bonuses. Everything else is worth it. Check out my $5 challenge that's been going on social media if you want to see how to use these pick'em sites to build a little bankroll slowly but surely without making huge risks, just taking advantage of the low-hanging fruit they give you with promos. But without further ado, let's get to some low-hanging fruit in the NBA. Max Strus higher than 1.5 3-pointers made. The Cavs are hosting the Heat. Former team of Max Strus, higher than 1.5 3-pointers made is the entry, or the pick on this entry. I think he's going to, he only shoots threes, basically. That's what he's out there to do. Let's hope he knocks down 3, 4, 5, and this thing is a no sweater. Let's get 1.5 3-pointers made in the first quarter for Max Strus. Pairing him with Nikola Jokic, higher than 50.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I think that this is a game where Jokic is going to obviously get triple-double. That's what he always does. But the Kings are in town. Kings don't have Sabonis in at center. Valanciunas is playing. I think Valanciunas is a useful player in certain spots, but I think that it's going to be a 30-plus point scoring game, 30-plus points scored game for Mr. Jokic. And I think that he's going to get, 15 boards and at least, like 12 assists or something in that range. So I think he's going to go over 50.5 fairly easily here. I think that he's got a great matchup, high scoring environment against the Kings. So go Jokic higher than 50.5 points, rebounds, and assists. When you pair that with Strus higher than 1.5 3-pointers made, that's a 2.46x multiplier, plus 146 in sports betting terms. All right, NBA number 2. Going back to the well with Jarrett Allen. I know that, we were on him yesterday. He delivered yesterday on his end of the bargain with rebounds. But higher than 0.5 double-doubles, you're getting a flat multiplier for this. I think that that's just very, very good for a guy who's done it in back-to-back games, who's done it in 3 of the last 5 games. I just think that the Cavs are going to, have a good game against the Heat. I think Bam is obviously Bam can fight for some boards and whatnot. But I think that there's going to be enough shots up that don't hit. And also Tyler Herro might not be in this game. If Herro is out, there's going to be a worse shooter in, more boards available. So give me higher than 0.5 double-doubles for our guy, Jarrett Allen. Pairing that with Cade Cunningham, higher than 5.5 boards down in LA. What do you know about the wall in the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles? People shoot poorly, more boards available. Give me Cade Cunningham higher than 5.5 rebounds. This literally could be a triple-double game for Cade Cunningham. Just looking at the way things line up with the Kings the Clippers coming off of a back-to-back, a devastating blown lead in the fourth quarter last night. I think Cade has a big game here. So higher than 5.5 boards for Cade. 3.37x multiplier. Cade, 5.5 rebounds. Jarrett Allen, double-double. NHL entry number 1. We are going to go with Igor Shesterkin, higher than 2.5 goals against for the Rangers as the Caps come to town. Caps didn't have the greatest homestand. They went 2-3 in that homestand. Now they're on the road. I think the Rangers are just a team that gets into some slugfests. I don't think that the Rangers are all that good. I think Igor is having a terrible year by his standards. Higher than 2.5 goals for the Capitals. And let's go Ovechkin. Get a goal here. Spoiler alert, that's going to come up later. Then I'm going to take Troy Terry of the Ducks, higher than 0.5 points. How is this possible? The Ducks had 6 goals last night against the Oilers and did not give a point to Troy Terry. No assists, no goals for Terry. A little bit surprising because he's the leading point man on this team. But I'm going to be taking Troy Terry to have a point in this one against the Canucks. Really important game for these two teams when it comes to sorting things out for the wild card. The Ducks aren't out of it. The Canucks are right on the precipice of the 8 seed, the second wild card spot. So this one is very important. I think Troy Terry is going to get on the stat sheet after he did not somehow inexplicably did not enter the stat sheet yesterday. 2.52x multiplier for those two picks. Shesterkin higher than 2.5 goals against it. Troy Terry higher than 0.5 goals. NHL number 2, Tim Stutzle, higher than 0.5 assists for the Senators as they take on the Blackhawks. 44 assists on the year for Stutzle. Blackhawks have been playing okay, but I think Soderblom is going to allow plenty of goals. If they allow plenty of goals, Stutzle, the leading assist man, is going to be contributing to that with a helper. So give me Tim Stutzle higher than 0.5 assists. Then pairing that with Robert Thomas of the Blues, higher than 0.5 points on the road at the LA Kings. Blues been playing very well lately. Robert Thomas been playing very well lately. 10 consecutive games with a point. He's got 50 points on the year, but 10 straight. He has just really elevated his game, and as such, the Blues have elevated their game. They've been playing very solid lately, so higher than 0.5 points for Rob Thomas with that Stutzle assist gets you a 2.37x multiplier. All right, college hoops number 1. This entry is a little bit scary because I'm taking 2 road guys to get some points, but they're 2 awesome players who are definitely capable of hitting their marks. The first one is Derik Queen, 6'10", 6'11" freshman out of Maryland on the road against the Michigan Wolverines, higher than 15.5 points. I'm just a little bit lukewarm on the Wolverines right now. I think Derik Queen is a special player, and I think that he's going to have no problem getting the ball in the hoop in this one. I know that they got the big man, Vlad Golden, interior, maybe he's going to slow down Queen, but I think Queen is going to be fast enough, has enough moves to get to the rim and also knock down some shots. So give me Derik Queen higher than 15.5 points. And then Walter Clayton higher than 18.5 points for the Florida Gators. Again, a road spot in the SEC is scary, but they're playing against Bama. Bama just tries to outscore you. This game literally could be 98-94, very easily. The total in this game is 178.5. Walter Clayton obviously is, the primary scorer for Florida. I think that he can go 20 plus in this game. Absolutely no problem. So higher than 18.5 points for Walter Clayton, higher than 15.5 points for Derik Queen, 3x multiplier. 2 more guys I'm taking points overs in college hoops. JT Toppin of Texas Tech, higher than 17.5 points. He's obviously having an awesome year. Tech is hosting Colorado. This should be a blowout, but hopefully it's a blowout because JT Toppin goes 25 in the first half. That's the best case scenario here. But Toppin is averaging 17.3 points per game. Recently had a 21-point game at Kansas. He's had 20 plus in 2 of his last 3 games. The one where he was lower, by the way, was at Houston. Was against Houston. Houston isn't exactly an easy team to score against. Colorado is going to offer much less resistance. So let's get a big game from JT Toppin here. Then pairing that with Dawson Garcia, higher than 18.5 points. Final home game for the Minnesota man who has just been scoring there forever. It feels like he's been in college for 15 years. Dawson Garcia, higher than 18.5 points against Wisconsin. Rivalry game, final home game for Dawson Garcia. I love him to get 20 plus, but we only need 19 in this game. He's just a guy that's going to try to score regardless. They could be down 20, they could be up 20. He's going to be trying to get the ball in the hoop and run up those numbers. He had 20 plus last time they played Wisconsin, and that was a dismantling by the Badgers here. So give me Dawson Garcia higher than 18.5 points. JT Toppin higher than 17.5 points. 3x multiplier. Tennis entry number 1. Roman Safiullin higher than 0.5 sets lost against Riley Opelka. I think Opelka wins this match, so it's a pretty easy one to throw in the slip. And then I think Nishesh Basavareddy against Boo. I can't say his first name, but his first name starts with a Y. Boo higher than 22.5 games played. I feel like that one's going 3. Both these guys are competitors. I think Nishesh gets it done in the third set. 2.1x multiplier. But I think Safiullin is easily going to lose one set because he's going to lose the match, in my opinion. So you're getting plus 110 on the over for Basavareddy versus Boo. 2.1x multiplier. Tennis entry number 2, Kamil Majorczak. I mean, I can't. The names are just impossible for me in tennis. I mean, we got a Polish name here. Kamil Majorczak, again, higher than 23 games played. I think that this guy is a little bit underrated. He's been on and off the pro tour lately, but against Zhizhen Zhang plays a lot of long matches, so higher than 23 games played there. And then on the women's side of things, I'm going to go Diana Yastremska, higher than 21.5 games played against Yu Yuan. Yu Yuan plays a lot, is a tough competitor, hard to get out of there. I think this is a 3-set match, higher than 21.5, no problem. 3x multiplier on that one. Lotto entry number 1, Cade Cunningham, higher than 2.5 3-pointers made. I think that there's going to be a lot of open shots for Cade in this matchup. I know the wall is a little bit scary, but still 3 3-pointers is all we need from Cade Cunningham. Max Strus, higher than 2.5 3-pointers made. So we're adding one from our earlier entry there. Home, rivalry, or not rivalry, but, a get back game at his former teammates on the Heat, higher than 2.5 3-pointers made for him. Alex Ovechkin, higher than 0.5 goals in Madison Square Garden. Big year for Alex Ovechkin. He's still chasing greatness. Higher than 0.5 goals against those New York Rangers. As I said, I think Shesterkin's allowing 3+. If he does allow 3+, Ovi should be involved in scoring. Then my man, Anze Kopitar, higher than 0.5 assists against the Blues. Kopitar is the assist man. 20.06x multiplier, or if you flex it, and I do recommend flexing these lotto plays, is 12.04x. If it goes 3 out of 4, 2.73x return. Lotto entry number 2, Arvid Soderblom, higher than 3.5 goals against. I think Sens are going to crush the Blackhawks. Charlie Lindgren, higher than 2.5 goals against. I told you it's going to be a slugfest in New York. I think also the Capitals goalie is going to allow 3 or more. Darcy Kemper, higher than 2.5 goals against. I think the Blues are playing well. I think Robert Thomas is getting a point. I think we're going to get 3 goals scored on Kemper. Chet Holmgren, higher than 1.5 3-pointers made. Chris Middleton, higher than 1.5 3-pointers made. 26.34x multiplier, or if you flex it, 13.17x, 3.29x if it goes 4 out of 5. All right, that's all I got for you today. Thank you for listening, and let's make some money.